Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, this morning I've already been busy. I threw in a load of laundry, did the dishes from last night. I hate dirty dishes in the sink, but I had to unload the dishwasher, which I hate to do too, especially the plastic stuff. It seems like it always stays wet. But anyway, it's going to be 80 degrees today, and we're supposed to get rain this afternoon and this evening. I hope we do. So this mug is one of 4 that I kept from the services that I sold. I sold 10 of them, and I kept 4 because I really like the dishes, but I didn't need all those dishes. So the lady that bought them really enjoyed them. So that's all I need is just 4. I don't even really need 4. I could probably get away with 2. But I thought if I break one, then I'll still have some extras. So let's put some cream in the coffee. I need to get outside. I think I might still need to water because I didn't water yesterday. I have to take a look, and I want to clean up the yard, and I also want to see if there's anything else that needs to be harvested out there before it starts to rain. So, all right, let's give the coffee a taste. It's hazelnut again. Cheers. Yep, that's good. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today yet, besides do a load of laundry. Some of the pants that I brought down from the attic that I sorted through, that I'm donating several bags. But then I was keeping a few pairs too, so I washed those up. And we'll see how they fit. And if they don't fit, then I'll get rid of those too. So I feel like I'm making good progress in my house on downsizing. I'm not going through it like crazy. I go through it maybe once or twice a week. I go downsize something. I still have too much, but I'm working on it. And this is probably the 6th go-round in my house where I've been decluttering. I just go from room to room, and every year it's like, well, I really don't need this, so then I get rid of it. But I'm going to enjoy my coffee now and do my morning pages, and then I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. I used up some of my produce that I got from the garden and from my shopping. So now I'm all out of avocados. I still have plenty of produce in the garden. But I'm trying to use it up as best I can. I gave my daughter a lot of tomatoes, and I still have plenty that I want to cook up because I can't eat them all just on a sandwich or something. I just like to keep 2 or 3 tomatoes for putting on sandwiches and things, and the rest I will cook into a sauce or something like that. So this time of the year, the garden gets to be kind of more work. I mean, in the spring it does too. Now I could plant a fall garden. It's a good time for greens, and if you started them in the house ahead of time, you can plant broccoli and the brassicas. But I didn't do that, and I'm not planting a fall garden this year other than maybe some lettuce, because I kind of want to take a break a little bit from tending the garden every single day. So next year, because it's already all set up, if you hear some grunting, that's my puppy here. Next year, since I already have it all set up the way I wanted, and I have a better idea of what I'm planting where and how much I'm planting, I can start fresh. Plus, I want to set up a water system so that I don't have to stand out there for half an hour watering every day or every other day. So every year my garden sort of evolves, which is really nice. And this year I'm very happy with the produce that I'm getting from the garden. So it was well worth the work I put into it. But there's still some things that I want to add to it, but I'm not going to do that till spring because it's already going to be September pretty soon, and it'll be time to put things to bed for the winter before we know it. So mid-October is our first frost date. So, but some things can survive a light frost. I know kale is pretty hardy. And if you cover them with some sort of a portable greenhouse, you can get some produce into the winter too. So anyway, that's my plan with the garden and with the budget book. I'm just going to plant an indoor garden. I have several, they're not Arrow Gardens, they're Arrow Garden knockoffs, and I'll be planting some produce in there. I have to bring my lemon tree in. Boy, that thing has really grown. It doesn't really have any lemons, but it's certainly lush and green. So I'd like to save that. It's 2 years old. Well, it will be this year. So I'd like to continue to grow it. I'll keep it trimmed because I can't have another tree here in the house. I keep growing these trees. I have a little grapefruit tree that I started from seed. It's a red grapefruit. I have a couple blood oranges. I have a couple of Meyer lemons that I started from seed. And I started all those from seed. Oh, and avocado trees. They keep I've had to resort to throwing the pits out, and I know you can eat them and stuff, but I tried that and I wasn't too crazy about it. But whenever I put my avocado pits in the outdoor composter, they sprout into little avocado trees. So I have 3 avocado trees too. So I think that's enough with the trees in the house. So anyway, I don't plan on spending any money today. I still have to get some new cushion covers for my sofa. I have them in my cart, my Amazon cart, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Once I get the house, start getting it ready for the holidays, then I'll probably do that. Or maybe sooner, I don't know. But probably not today. So, all right, I will be back later, and we'll see what else I can use up, or maybe we'll have a chat. If I think of something that I want to chat to you about, or you guys can leave me a comment below and give me some ideas of what you would like me to talk about, or if you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. All right, I'll be back. All right, I want to show you what I'm having for dinner tonight, and of course my little buddies here are right underfoot, as usual. Just where I like them. Well, sometimes they could move over. But anyway, here's what I'm having for dinner tonight. So I have a vegan sausage here. I think it's a brat. It's like an Impossible brat or Beyond, one of the two. I toasted this brioche bun that I got on markdown, at the Schwabel's outlet. The green onion is from my garden. Under there I have some shredded Mexican cheese, and that's from Aldi's. And then these Madras lentils, I get them at Costco. They come in a pack of like 6, I think. And they're lentils, but they sort of have, they taste like a mild chili. So I have that, the chopped salad I made yesterday with greens from my garden and romaine and carrots. And I put a little champagne dressing on there. So there is tonight's dinner. All right, I'm going to enjoy this now. All right, well, I took the afternoon off today. I got my things done this morning that I wanted to get done. I still have a couple things I need to water my plants on the inside the house here. But we had a storm come up, and it really turned dark. It was like it was 8:30 at night. So, but it blew over, and now the sun's out. So we're supposed to get more rain, but so I had dinner, and dinner was really good. You don't have to use a vegan sausage. You know, you can use any kind of sausage that you like. But toasting the brioche bun, that makes a big difference. And yeah, it was really good. And I enjoyed the chopped salad too. So a very easy meal today. I just had to basically just brown up the sausage and toast the bun. So that was good. And now I'm just having a after dinner cup of coffee. Maybe it'll wake me up, but it's still fairly early. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. So this afternoon I watched a documentary on YouTube, and it was on history. It wasn't the History Channel. It was a different history thing. And it was really fascinating. It was about a volcanic eruption in the year 536 AD. And it was about the fellow that was researching what happened at that time, because for a couple years it blocked out the sun and all the devastating effects that it had on the planet. So I wasn't aware that that had happened. I mean, I know it happened with the dinosaurs, but and actually when Mount St. Helen blew up a few years back, it was colder for a couple of years. I mean, that ash was all the way across the country, basically. So some of these volcanoes can be pretty devastating. I know Yellowstone, they keep saying that's about ready to pop its cork. And there's a couple of them in California. And they're also associated with earthquakes, of course. So that got me to thinking about natural disasters. And are we really prepared? I mean, even those of us that do prepping, you know, when that volcano erupted, it was like 2 years where the trees didn't grow, the crops failed, and millions of people were wiped out. So I don't know, I guess we can just do what we can do. But it was like a 2-hour documentary, and it went through all the things that it changed, just that one disaster. And it went through the different countries, how it contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire, how it kind of manifested the bubonic plague, how it spread across the land, and all the effects that it had on the different civilizations across the world, and how the whole landscape and narrative of all these countries, I guess you'd call them, how it all changed with just this one event. And it actually changed the whole world, all the civilizations. So it had a big impact. I was really surprised. I mean, I knew that, you know, of course, if crops fail and all that, you're going to be in a world of hurt, but I didn't realize how much it affected all the different societies. And it said it contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire. It ushered in the dark ages of Britain and things like that. So it was really an interesting documentary. I enjoyed it. So then I got to thinking. I had a thinking day because I wasn't doing anything exciting except thinking. So then I was thinking about making my life simpler. What can I do? Now, I fuss a lot. I fuss. I just do. I know I do. And my mom fusses too. I mean, I see it in her, and apparently it's passed down to me. So I was thinking, well, what can I do to make things simpler? Now, I like to save jars. And I thought, save less jars, you know, just recycle them. You don't need 30 jars of the same size, or, you know, I mean, unless you're into canning and you have canning jars, that's a whole different animal. I'm talking about the jars that you reuse. Now, I do use a lot of jars to store produce and soups and things in the refrigerator, but I don't need that many jars because it takes up valuable real estate and I have to maintain it. So that's one thing that I can do to simplify my life. Another thing that I do a lot of is I try and recycle everything, every little scrap of food. So, which is a good thing, but you can also overdo it. So, like tea bags, for instance. Okay, I save the tea bags, then I have to open them all up, I have to take the tea out, I throw the papers away because those don't really compost too well, at least the way I do it. So I have to do that, and then I save all my coffee, so I have to dig all the coffee out, you know, so I don't have to save every little scrap to compost. I still want to compost, but I don't have to save everything. Of course, as far as clothes go, I don't need so many clothes. You know, realistically, what am I going to wear? Most of the time, I wear clothes that I schlep around with in the house, you know, and they're not the most attractive clothes. I'll be the first one to admit that. But they're the most comfortable clothes. Sometimes the old schleppy clothes are the ones that are the most comfortable. So I could do less of that. Growing little trees from seeds. I talked about that earlier today. I need to stop doing that, saving all those little citrus seeds to try and, I mean, it's fun, but after a while you don't even have room in your house to keep them anymore. So that's probably not a good idea. So that's something I could cut back on. Not buying any more plants, house plants. I really don't buy house plants very often anymore, but in the past I did a lot of that. And as they die out, I know some of my orchids have died out over the past few years. I'm not replacing them. If they've had a good life and then when they go, I'm not going to replace them anymore. In the past, I've talked about having too many tchotchkes out, so I want to slim down on those, not necessarily get rid of them, but not put them all out at the same time. So I'm working on that. I'm working on still downsizing my clothes. I'm working on downsizing things in the attic. I have 2 old stereos up there. You know, they're the modular stereos. And really, I don't even know if they work anymore. They've been up in the attic for years. So I'm thinking about donating those. Because I have a Bose that I have an iPod that has music on there that I like. So, and I have a lot of CDs, so I do want to have a CD player available, but I have a karaoke machine that plays CDs, so, and I can even sing along. So I really don't need the other 2 stereos. They don't have a record player. If they did, I might keep one, because I don't have any records anymore. I mean, when I was younger, I had a lot of records that I really enjoyed. The Doors, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, the Kinks. I liked the Kinks a lot. The Yardbirds, the Byrds. I'm getting into the Wayback Machine here. So, I need to go through those things, and all the things that I had from when I had my jewelry business, because I used to set up the tent, and I have the big tables and everything. Well, I can't do that anymore. I have nothing to carry the tables around in. I have a little tiny convertible. And besides, they're so heavy that I'm not going to do that anymore. So those are things I can get rid of. Maybe I can sell the tables because they're in primo shape, and somebody might want to buy them. And I have a couple of rollaway beds that I can get rid of. When I broke my hip, it was before I brought the day bed into the living room. That's what I slept on here in the living room, and the dogs all used to pile on it with me when they were babies. I kind of miss that, but so I don't need those anymore. I have a bed in every bedroom and one in the basement that is in that little apartment down there. So my grandson uses that, so I don't need 2 rollaway beds anymore. So anyway, some of the things that I'm thinking about to simplify and just not have all that stuff all the time. And it's going to take me a while. It just is. I still have some dishes that I want to sell. I want to try to sell them. And if they don't sell, you know, even if I only get $20 for them, that's $20 I didn't have before. So now that I have a little bit more room, I can wait a little bit to get things out. So I'm going to try and sell those, and then if they don't sell, then I'm going to donate them. So anyway, that was my day today. Very relaxing day. I really enjoyed that little bit of history, and I didn't realize that it made such a big impact on the whole world. It kind of reminds me of some of the things that are kind of going on these days. And and I think a lot of them are just kind of not natural, if you get my drift. Well, anyway, that's all I have for you today, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Thanks for watching!